Hello, today I'm going to do more of a detailed guide for Forsaken. I already did a mini guide, so if you want to check that out, go on ahead. This guide will be much more in detail. The other one is more if you're struggling with like towers and trying to like memorize everything. This one will be going over the mechanic itself and going over the solution and how to solve it. So, So what's going to happen in Forsaken is actually that you're going to get a debuff. It's going to be a golden debuff. Every time you soak a tower, it goes down. You need to get rid of all of these. Now, every time you take a tower, you're going to get a shape above your head that's going to dictate what's going to happen. Uh, there will be a stack, there will be a cone, and then there'll be a deformation. So these will be also in set intervals as well. There will be 8 towers, right? You can split these up into 4 sets or into 2 stacks and then swap. That is what my mini guide was just like dumbing this down, getting rid of excess information to make it easier for you to do the mechanic. Today, we're going to focus more on how the mechanic resolves. So first things first is we're going to have the boss in the middle and then we're going to split. Okay, that's really bad. We're going to split the map in half, right? We're going to have main tank 1, main healer 1, healer 2, tank 2, melee 1, range 1, melee 2, range 2. We're going to be basically splitting these. You don't have to stand perpendicular. You can focus target your partner or just stand next to them. It's whatever. As long as you know who your partner is for this mechanic, you will be fine. But basically, one with one, two with two, two with two, and this is going to be rolls. This is going to be rolls. Now, at the very start of the mechanic, one roll will get cone, and the other will get deformation. There is no world where these mix match. Every roll will get one or the other. There's no mix match. There will also be a stack that will be dictating which group will be A and B between 1 and 2. This is how we dictate A, or if you have duplicates, you will be B. I do use a macro that does say when Forsaken pops and you do see this, that first and fourth tower will be DPS deformation or DPS cone. That's just my personal preference. I will also be leaving a macro down below to keep track of the towers just in case if anyone wants that. Just a heads up, if you do use echo macros, it will get messed up. But basically, if you see a stack marker, you're group A. If you see that you and your partner have a duplicate of the same shape, you will be B. This will be, for this strat, we'll be doing A, B, 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 A. These will be tower soaks, also known as 314. So if you see any of these descriptions of 314, A, B, 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 A, this is how this mechanic is resolved. Now, going back to what I said earlier about my mini guide, is there are 8 towers, right? There are 4 sets, right? 4 sets of, after each 2 towers, there will be a bait. Okay, that is not a good color to put there. There will be a bait. So let's get rid of this. So every 2 towers. So the first tower will have a stack. The second tower will have double cone and double deformation. This will also be static spots for B. Static spots for B. After this, there will be a bait. This will be past or future. Now, if it's past, you have to go in between the next outside the hitbox. So you'll be going in between the 2 towers outside the hitbox to bait the clones. That's what the static spots are for. They're actually baiting clones on the 4 nearest people inside the hitbox of the boss. Because we are baiting it here, they will be swinging behind them. That's why it's called past. And if it's future, we will be standing across from the circle here outside the hitbox. And then once you see the clones turn towards you, similar to like if you've done DSR in P3, where they raise up their spear, you can cross through and do the next mechanic. So basically, after every pair of, or as I say, sets, right? Every set, so 1, 2, of the towers, you will have to bait a future or pass. Make sure you're outside the hitbox because these cleaves, if you're a little bit outside, if you're a little bit inside or you're late, sometimes they can lock onto the person who's late and then kill the party. So just make sure to pay attention if it's future or past. Now my mini guide, I broke it down because it's 8 towers, right? There's gonna be 4 stacks because after every single future and past, a stack will go off. I always say 2 stacks, then swap. So it's 1 stack, 2 stack, swap. Because you will always take 2 stacks and then swap. But yeah. Melees will be baiting for their static spot on the hitbox, while the range will be by either the backside of the marker or close side of the letters. Or backside of the numbers, close side of the letters. You have to use your eyes because the cone will be bait on the closest person. We're going to be going over this as this goes, but that is how this mechanic works in a nutshell. I know I just hit you with a lot of information, but we're going to watch this play out. So as Forsaken goes off, I see that I am defamation with my partner. I can see that there's a stack marker right here. So stack, defamation, defamation, defamation. I am B. I'm not taking a tower. I will be doing my static locations first. Same thing if you're over here. See, look, cones, cone and a stack. So throughout this whole mechanic, I'm saying that I'm defamation, right? I am tower 4, right? So basically, I know that if I go into this tower, that's not my responsibility. The reason for that is we're cleansing these debuffs, right? But every time you soak a tower, you get a different debuff above your head. So these stacks, actually, I want to talk about these stacks. We'll get there. So for these stacks, this is also why I held off on making this detail guide a little bit longer, was I was waiting for them to be a little bit more on the set spots. So if you're a DPS stack, you'll be going right here. You will be going to the right. This is because these stacks need to hit by 2 people each. Defamation will be over here. The tank stack will be on the hitbox. The cone for the stack will be south, leaning towards the person outside. And then the tank will be just inside chilling. Inside the hitbox, not inside the tower. So as you see, they're right there. That is, I'm not focusing target my partner, but I know my partner is the dancer. I focus targeting them because of a P3 mechanic. But I mean, you can't really see over here, but like you can see the debuff right here for everybody needs to cleanse these for defamation. One's right there. He's gonna move slightly. See, look, getting closer to the wall, getting close to the wall. You can't really see it because my stuff is in the way here, but as you see, the tower goes off. They are now marked with new stuff. So this person who was defamation is now a cone. This person is now a defamation. If you are a melee, you are flexing for your ranged partner. So if they had double cone, this person will be flexing over there. But since they have 2 different debuffs, they can stay in the same DPS tower. So this is future, so this will be a cross. I'm heading towards my spot, right? My spot will be over here. The tank spot will be right across. We're going to be a little bit north. And my dancer will be doing their static location right here because the first stack has now just resolved. The first stack has just went off. So now, because of the first stack going off, we're now doing our static locations. So as you can see, they're close to the letter. This is because they have to bait. This person is in the wrong spot for some reason. They should be right here. Oh, they're just getting uptime. Oh, they're defamation. That's why. They're cone. So they're just getting uptime. But yeah, cone should be on the edge of the marker, closest to this person so they can cleave. Defamation should be cheating in towards the other tower, but south. So as you can see, they're cheating close to the edge of the hitbox, edge of the tower, so that way they shoot them. They are cheating towards the back. Same thing on this side. It's going to be mirror image, just mirror image right down the middle. Me and the tank are right here on the edge of the hitbox. As you can see, we get hit. They're the clones I was talking about earlier. Now, because we're going to future, we're going across. We're going across from these two towers outside of the hitbox. Because they just took the tower, they're going to get a stack marker, right? So after every past and future, there will be a new stack marker. Or as I say, a new set, right? So you see that these people have stack. So this tank will be flexing for this caster. You see that the black mage has cone, so they'll be going over here. The dragoon has defamation, so they'll be going over here. After we bait this, watch as you see all the clones turn. You see as they turn and glow. You can do it as soon as they turn. You can wait till they glow. It doesn't matter. As long as you know that you need to move, that's fine. But once you see them move, or you see all things ending cast bar show up, you know that the bait has already started. Now, this is where the second stack into swap happens. The reason why, or if you get lost, is they have 2 debuffs left, meaning that this is the third set, which means this is the third tower, which means that B will be taking over tower jobs to get rid of all 4 of theirs. And then the remaining ones from Alpha will resolve theirs later. So after the second set, or after the second stack, they swap. So 1 stack, 2 stack swap. So as you see, defamation, the stack marker was a little bit close. They could have clipped that person, but like I said, you want to be on the edge. You want to be on the edge, and that's because you don't want to accidentally clip the tank with 2 stacks. But remember how I said I was defamation at the start? I remember I am defamation. And because I am a melee, I will be flexing, which means I will be in the support tower. So you see, I don't move. I know what's happening. I know how to resolve my mechanic. This black mage is going on a trip in their favorite rocket ship. Okay. Dancer's defamation. I am defamation. Supports are cones. Future. I know that it's future, so we're going across. I see that I am a stack marker, which means that I physically cannot flex for this mechanic, meaning because I see the other stack marker, which is a support, we both have stack, which means I know where I have to go is the DPS tower. If I had cone or defamation with the stack, I don't have to think about it all because you have a static spot, right? You'll be like here if you're cone, and if you're defamation, you're near the back. So we'll go bait future over here at 3. And then I will go to my set location right here near the edge of the hitbox by the right side. This way I don't get clipped by the half room cleave and my stack still hits the 2 people. Here, as you can see, the stack from the support side is all around on the edge of the hitbox. Outside the tower, we have the warrior. We have the outside cone baiter, which will be always the support, correct? It will always be the support's healer, so that way they can contain uptime. Tanks are here for uptime, and then they'll just cleave them with the clone. As you see, they resolve. I see here This entire time, I'm looking at my partner and me. I see that they have defamation. I see I have defamation, which means I'm swapping towers and resolving defamation. So I see that. I'm maintaining uptime. I could have greeted a little bit more. I know that this is future. We're dead. But yeah, we died here. Basically, this mechanic would have resolved the same exact. I would have swapped my tower, and then the people who had it earlier would have swapped. I thought this was a P3 pool. This is not. Guess not. Future. But we'll just go to another pool. Okay, yeah, this one got to P3. So we'll go to this as the 7th tower. Oh, good. I can still resolve this mechanic. It's whatever. It is literally almost. So I have defamation. So I'm going to the back here. And then that was the 7th tower after the bait of the future in the past, which was the 2nd stack. And then I'm going to my static spot. So I'm going here. Tank should be going here. This will be a cone, defa, healer, and then range. Future. We're going across. So after that, there will be a future or past bait. We go to where the towers were to resolve this last one. We don't go across because there's no towers anymore. So we will always meet up on the last set, right behind the towers. And if it's future, we're going across. If it is past, we're just staying put. So we're all going here. So we're all going to 4. And we're going to sit here. And since it's future, we're going across. And then there will be a raid wide and then triumphs. But that is how you solve the mechanic. I hope this is a more detailed guide. Remember, if you're the range baiter, you'll be at the back of the numbers or close to the letters. Remember to use your eyes. These aren't exactly the greatest measurements. Just remember 3, 1, 3, 4, 1. You can remember them as 2 stacks, then swap. That's what my mini guide was for. This is a much more detailed guide. Sorry this took so long. I've been progging P3. I haven't had time to make this, but hopefully this helps for all the people that are still struggling with Forsaken. If you have any more questions, please feel free to come by my stream or ask me some questions. There are some other people as well who are much more knowledgeable than me. But hopefully this helps. Thank you. Have a good day.